Hey guys, it's Fiona Whitten from Oakfield Crafts. Today I want to share with you my week in review for the cards for men. I did this a couple of weeks ago, but I've been having problems with my internet, so I'm resorting to videoing it and then actually putting it up on my blog and on Facebook and stuff. So we started off the week with simple stamping. So Saturdays is always simple stamping, and seeing as it was for men, I was sort of trying to think of stamp sets and things which are suitable for men, and the first one I came up with is this Everything Amazing stamp set. So there is a great image here which you can then add other words as and when you want to, completely depending on who you want to send it to and things. And then there are other little things that you can add to it if you want to. But on the Saturday, because it was simple stamping, I kept it very, very simple. Oops. This was the first card that I made. So it was stamped in Pacific Point, and then I just added the wishing you, and so that it read amazing, in the granny apple green, and then the birthday in mango melody. But then I got to thinking, because these are cards for men, you could actually tailor these if you wanted to. And I thought, well, it's just the start of the football season here in the UK. So why not use them, make this same card in colours for football teams. So I came up with these two, and now for the life of me I cannot remember which is which. I think one from memory is Liverpool, which is this one. So that's Bermuda Bay, and then this is a gold. I don't know if you can see it. It does sparkle. So that was Liverpool, and I think that one was for, I want to say West Ham. Oh, it's so long since I did this. This is kind of crazy now. Let's think about it. Yeah, I'm fairly certain it was West Ham or Aston Villa. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong. But so I thought, yeah, you can obviously team colours, be it football, rugby, basketball, American football. So yeah, it's just a simple way of making a card and personalising it. So those were my simple stamping cards on the Saturday. And then on the Sunday, I wanted to step it up a bit. So this was the first one I came up with. So it's exactly the same card as the one that I made on Saturday, except I'm not sure, hopefully you can see this, and I've actually managed to lock my focus so that it doesn't going to go out. So the wishing you and then the birthday are actually stamped onto strips of cardstock, and then they're added to the card front using foam pads, and then I added some little stars in the corner. But then I decided I was going to take it one step further, and I made this card. So this card actually uses an embossing folder on there, and also some dies. So this is, so first off, it's Pacific Point, I can't say that word, Pacific Point cardstock, and I embossed it using the new hammered metal embossing folder, which will be coming out on the 4th of September. So this is a sneak peek of something that's going to be in the autumn winter catalogue. I stamped the amazing close to an edge of a piece of card, and then I die cut it using the stitch nested labels. And then as per that card that I just showed you a second ago, just go and put somewhere else, as per this card, the wishing you and the birthday again are stamped and popped up. And then I just added some glitter dots to those. And then the inside, I just simply decorated with some Granny Apple Green cardstock, and then I stamped some balloons using Pacific Point. So those were my simple and my stepped up stamping cards for the weekend. And then next I thought, well, what can I do now? I was trying to avoid, which doesn't sound good, does it? I was trying to avoid using the Come Sail Away stamp set, simply because I know everybody has used that so much that you probably, there's lots of things out there. So then I came up with the idea, okay, right, seeing as I don't want to use the stamp set, why don't I use the Memories and More cards? So people seem to shy away from these, and I'm not sure. So this is the Memories and More cards. They come in a pack, and they come 2 sizes. So they have the smaller ones, and as you can see, there are lots in here, and they're double-sided. I'm not going to go around and show all of them, so there's all sorts of things. And then there are also, so look, there's even more. There are also 12 by 12 ones. So again, there's lots of these, all of a nautical theme. So I thought, okay, right, and also there are some laser cut dies. There's that one. And there are also stickers. So these packs are really good. And despite what the name says, Memories and More, they're great for card making, especially since there is also Memories and More card packs. So you don't even have to make your own card bases. And they come in both sizes. So that's really, really useful, especially if you don't have an awful lot of time. So this was the first card that I made using the Memories and More. I did add cardstock of my own. So this piece here is a full piece of the Memories and More card, which I matted onto some Night of Navy. Similarly, I matted this one onto the Night of Navy. Die cut out the ship's wheel from the dies, which I forgot to get out. But there are dies, they'll cut around the boats and all sorts of things. And then this is just simply one of the stickers, which so that bit's stuck there, and then that bit's actually got a dimensional foam pad under it. So that was the first card, and then I also just die cut and stuck in another ship's wheel on the inside. So that was that one. The second card that I made using the Memories and More, I guess actually this one you could probably use for whoever. It doesn't matter if they're male or female. I still think it's a great card for the men. It's not too pretty, if you know what I mean. I know there is, so this is laser cut, so it's seaweed and all sorts of bits and pieces, and I've just simply stuck it onto a Memories and More card. This piece here is die cut using the Come Sail Away dies, so is that, and then again that's the sticker. So it's very simple. And then this is another one of the dies that comes out of the Come Sail Away dies. This actually is 2 pieces of rope. Don't know if you can see it, but there's actually a little bit there that starts and stops because it's not quite long enough to go across the whole card. So Memories and More is a great way of making cards quickly, and you can make them as simple or as complicated as you like. Hopefully, I think my husband would like this sort of card, so I might actually send that one for his birthday, but don't tell him. So that was what I did on the Monday. Tuesday is a day I try and share techniques. So this was the card that I designed for the Tuesday, and it uses the masking technique. For those of you who don't know what that is, very simply you cover bits of your card that you don't want the ink to go on. So I used actually some very large post-it sticky notes, and masked off those two sides. And then I used a sponge, or two sponges, one to do the green and one to do the blue. So this is Pear Pizzazz and Balmy Blue. And then once you're happy with your sponging, you can take away the bits that have been blanking things off, and then you can stamp your image. I don't mind my images going over. In fact, I quite like the idea of the fact that it's gone over. It just gives it a little bit extra interest. This stamp is Be Strong, Be Happy, Be You. Is actually from the Rooted in Nature. So this is the stamp set that I used. So it actually comes in two boxes, so it's quite a big stamp set. So this is the stamp that I used for the tree, and then this is the stamp, and it is one stamp that I used for the sentiment. And what I simply did was the Be Strong, Be You, I actually started off by just inking up in one colour and cutting those two bits out, and then I inked it up in the other colour and then just cut that piece out, and then again I just stuck them on with some foam. So if you can see, there are certain layers, there's quite a few layers on that one. And then on the inside I just simply stamped the same tree that's on the front, and then I also stamped my envelope to go with it. So I think that makes a nice card for a gentleman. And believe it or not, it actually isn't too difficult to make. It sounds complicated, but actually once you get round to doing it, it's once you've got your masking sorted, you just basically go to town with your sponging and things, and then you're stamping, and then you're done. So that was my Technique Tuesday. Thursday was time for my last project of the week that goes up on Facebook and on my blog, and I used the Onto Adventure stamp set to make this fun card where it features the golfer from the stamp set. I love the images in this stamp set. They're really cute and quirky, and the sentiments are really fun as well. So anyway, so I used this stamp set like one of the cards earlier in the week where we used the Rooted in Nature card. This involves a bit of masking. Full details are on my blog, but basically gentleman was stamped, that was masked, a couple of ovals were cut and were used as masks to do all the sponging here, and then the sentiment was added in an oval, and then I also included an image inside the card, and the image was then coloured with blends. So all that information is up on my blog, so you'll find that at oakvillecrafts.com. And then last but not least, I usually save a project to share just on the week in review. So this is the project that I made. It's actually a decorated mini pizza box with some cards in. I've only put 4 in. So there's 4 cards and envelopes. So they've all been stamped. I made the cards myself. Basically, it's you cut a piece of the thick Whisper White to measure 3 inches by 6 inches, and then you score the 6 inches at 3 inches just to make and fold, just to make the basic card, and then they fit very neatly in the mini envelopes that are in the annual catalogue. So I stamped the boats in Night of Navy. So there's 3 that have just simply been stamped, little bit of paper added, and then this one has been stamped and then it was die cut out, so, and then glued on. So that makes a nice little gift. So someone could send those as thank yous or use them as gift tags. So the box itself, again, I've stamped the images from the Sailing Home stamp set, used blends to colour them. So from memory, it was Balmy Blue and Grey Granite. So and you'll notice that, that's the large cell there is the grey granite, and that one's the balmy blue, so I kind of just swapped it over, kept to the same colours. So this is simply stamped onto Whisper White and then was die cut using the excuse me, stitch shaped framelits. This was stamped onto Whisper White too, but then I die cut it out before I then added it using dimensionals. This little trinket comes from the Sail Away trinkets, not twinklets. And so in there you'll find cute little anchors and ships' helms, ships' wheels. And I think from memory there's 20 in the pot, so there's 10 each of those. And I use the coordinating Sailing Home paper as well. So really that's it for this week. Or I should say for last week, because I'm a little bit late with this. So I've now got to do the bird ballad paper week in review, so that's next on my agenda. So if you would like to come back and watch that, you'll find it both on my Facebook page and on YouTube, Oakfield Crafts. Yet to do it, but it'll be up there very soon. And in the meantime, happy stamping, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks, bye.